Hi everyone and welcome to a very exciting Theme Park Worldwide news update. It's not every day that a major new theme park gets announced, especially a brand new Disney theme park. And as someone that's been to every Disney park around the world, being a huge Disney fan for many years, this makes me very excited and I can't wait to follow this project in detail. Just a couple of days ago, the Walt Disney Company and Miral announced a brand new Disney theme park and resort will be coming to Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. And in this video, I'm going to go through all the facts that we know, along with sharing my thoughts on the project. And of course, we'll talk about what we can see in this very rough concept art. This isn't detailed concept art at all yet. Obviously, a while back, we had that announcement about the Universal UK park, where there was quite a lot to dissect in the concept art. With this, it's a lot more vague, but still, we get a bit of a gist for what we might be seeing here from this new project. Firstly, I'm just going to say it's great to see the Walt Disney Company expanding with another brand new resort. And I've got to say, this came from nowhere. I've not heard any rumours or rumblings. There's not even really been talk about this at all. And then all of a sudden, there was this big announcement with this amazing display of drones. Thousands of drones created a beautiful castle in the sky. There was fireworks. There was an orchestra. It was a huge announcement by Disney and Miral, the company that they're going to be partnering with to build this resort. And I'll come on to that first in just a second. This is actually going to be Disney's 7th global resort destination and the 13th Disney theme park to be built. Now, of course, been to every Disney park around the world, seen them in all sorts of different countries and cultures, and that's the great thing about traveling to different theme parks around the world. You get to just see and experience different things. I've been to Dubai, Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates a couple of times now, and always enjoy my visits there, enjoy visiting their parks, and this will certainly be a really nice addition to their portfolio of theme parks that has been growing now for a number of years, but especially on Yas Island. And I'm going to go on to the location and things in a moment and talk more about that. But yeah, this is really interesting how it's going to be a partnership between the Walt Disney Company and Miral. Now, basically, Miral already own and operate 3 theme parks and a water park on Yas Island. Of course, you've got Yas Water World, which is fantastic. Along with that, you've got Ferrari World, currently home to the fastest roller coaster anywhere in the world. You've also got Warner Brothers World, which is a huge indoor theme park. And along with that, they've got a SeaWorld park as well. That's the newest out of their 3 theme parks. They also operate quite a few different hotels around that area, very touristy, lots of different things to see all in that area on Yas Island. So Miral are the company that own and operate them parks, and it's like a licensing deal with Warner Brothers and with SeaWorld and with Ferrari, and that's the same sort of thing we're seeing here with Disney. Now, all of this, of course, is going to work as some sort of a licensing agreement, and it's actually the same with Tokyo Disney Resort over in Japan. A lot of people may not still realize this, but that isn't actually owned or operated by the Walt Disney Company. It's the Oriental Land Company, which are a Japanese company, and they pay a licensing fee to Disney to, of course, have all the characters, have all the IP, have all the brands, and also, most importantly, have the amazing team at Walt Disney Imagineering design their attractions for them. And that's why, you know, as we visited last year, the 3 Asia parks again, and I remember saying then, because it's not owned by Disney in Japan, obviously you do get a lot more investments, a lot more kind of revolutionary things happening because they really throw the money at it. I think this is going to be exactly the same here. Bob Iger did say in the statement a couple of days ago, it's going to be a similar agreement that they've got with the Oriental Land Company in Japan. Not identical, but a similar kind of style. So Disney won't be footing the bill for this at all. Disney as a company will not be spending money on building this park. They won't be building it and operating it. However, they will have, of course, the guidance and also the Walt Disney Imagineers that will be licensed in by Miral to build this park. So yeah, this is a very similar situation over into the Japan deal. Along with that too, a lot of people probably don't realize, but it's the same for Hong Kong Disneyland and also Shanghai. Disney do have a stake in those, but also they are also privately owned as well and like government projects. So that's the case with Hong Kong and Shanghai. Obviously, Japan's fully owned by the Oriental Land Company, and then you've got Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and now Disneyland Paris that are fully owned by the Walt Disney Company. So I just wanted to kind of get that one in there straight away and say that it is Miral that are going to be owning and operating this park, and it'll be working as a licensing agreement. Of course, that does mean that for Disney, they've kind of got the better end of the deal here because there's not as much risk really for Disney involved in this. They're not going to be funding the project, neither will they be paying the operating fees for it. So obviously that does mean that it's all on kind of Miral to do that, but obviously they'll have to operate things to Disney's standards. Walt Disney Imagineering will be fully responsible for designing the park, all the attractions, and then of course Miral will then have them fees decided by Disney what they need to pay. So yeah, it's quite fascinating, isn't it, how it all kind of works. But yeah, I just wanted to clearly get that in there from the start of this video. It's not going to affect other projects that the Walt Disney Company have announced. Other investment coming to the parks over in the States, Disneyland Paris. This is, a completely separate thing here, and one that, is very exciting. There's a lot of money out there that has been spent on theme parks and attractions. I've been to the UAE twice now and done all their different theme parks, some smaller ones, all the big ones, and yeah, certainly seen everything that they've got to offer over there. And it's clear from when I visited Miral's attractions that they're very well maintained, very well themed, and especially when you walk around things like the Warner Brothers Park, the SeaWorld, you going around them attractions and you are being blown away by the quality. So you can certainly see why Disney are more than happy partnering with Miral on this project. Very similar to what's happened in Japan all them years ago, back in the 80s when that deal was signed. Very similar situation here. And from my experience visiting Miral's theme parks, this is definitely a good company to work with for Disney because they've clearly built and operated attractions in the past, and they've spent a lot of money on making some very high quality attractions as well. Now, along with that, the location is on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. 20 minutes from downtown Abu Dhabi, and along with that, 50 minutes from Dubai. So yeah, a lot of people, always think, oh, Dubai's like the whole country. It's not. It's the UAE, United Arab Emirates. You got Dubai kind of over here, further along the coast, connected, of course, by all the road infrastructure, the motorway. You've then got Abu Dhabi, and kind of on the way, actually, from Dubai to downtown Abu Dhabi, you've got Yas Island. It's kind of, it's on the outskirts, so to speak, there. So it is nice and easily connected from Dubai. Now, well, I think the main reason, to be honest, why Disney wanted to work with this project here is because they're not funding it. And also as well, they also are working with the company that have already developed some fantastic attractions on Yas Island. It's not like there's nothing there now and it's a flat piece of land with nothing. They've already got those existing theme parks. They've got them big names like Warner Brothers, Ferrari, SeaWorld, and then of course the water park there. They've got the big hotel chains like Marriott and Hilton and that sort of thing. So, you've already got all that infrastructure in place. But another huge draw for them is 120 million passengers travel through Abu Dhabi and Dubai every year. Biggest connecting airports in the world. It's a global airline hub. So I think that's another big reason why this is a great location for the 7th Disney resort to be built, because even if people are just stopping over and transiting through, people might be more inclined to think, oh, we'll stay for a few days. And it's quite clever really from Miral, because this also means that they've already got their existing theme parks. They're going to have a Disney park kind of connected to it all, very close. People who are coming to the Disney park are more than likely going to want to visit the other parks as well. If you're going to Disney, well, why not add on a day and go and ride the fastest coaster in the world for now? And then along with that, you may as well go to Warner Brothers, you may as well go to SeaWorld, do the water park, and it makes it this big resort destination, which in a way you can kind of compare scale-wise to the likes of Walt Disney World. And as much as Yas Island is completely owned and operated by Miral, it kind of has that feel now. Once this opens, you're going to have 4 theme parks, major theme parks in that area. You've got a major water park, you've got hotels, and it's all kind of in its own little area, its own like little district. So it kind of does feel very similar to that. So I think that's why this works as a really good location to build it there, but especially because of that 120 million passengers that pass through those airports that would be more inclined to stop over for a few days and maybe go and do some sightseeing in Dubai. I mean, I love Dubai, like, it's great, and Abu Dhabi is a fantastic city, very modern, very futuristic. I think that's going to certainly inspire the design of the park, as I'll come on to in just a moment. But yeah, in terms of the location there, that's great. Obviously, I know there's been quite a few people over the past couple of days since the announcement. A lot of talk about the United Arab Emirates in general, their laws, their rules, that sort of thing. I always stay out of politics on the channel, but I'll always say I think it's up to you as an individual whether you want to travel to anywhere in the world or not just the UAE, but any of the parks out there, whether it be China, Japan, the USA, wherever you go, and it's up to you as an individual if you want to travel to that destination or not. Now, I kind of leave that one there. I know it's been a big thing for discussion. I did want to mention it. It's an important thing to get in. But for me, we cover theme parks no matter where they are around the world. And for me, this project, I'm very excited for it. I look forward to covering it. I look forward to visiting there in the future. And this will definitely be one that I want to be there for the opening day, because we've done all the other Disney parks in the world. Always said, as soon as they announce another one, wherever it'll be, I want to be there on the first day. So definitely, as long as I can be, I will be there on that opening day for this park. Let's talk about the actual location itself on Yas Island. It looks like this isn't confirmed, but the announcement was actually done in this location here, right by the waterfront. So we can presume that this is going to be the exact location where this is going to be built. This will be the first Disney park to have a natural waterfront location, which is great. You have got Tokyo Disney Sea, which is built next to the ocean. And when you're in the park, you can kind of look out and see it. But with this, it's actively going to be right on the water. At Tokyo Disney Sea, what you don't see is there's actually a road that runs between the park and the ocean. It's not going to be the case here. It is literally going to be there right on it. And from this very early concept art, it looks like the water is going to be really brought into this park. Possibly even the castle looks like it could be built like on the edge of the water, which looks fascinating. Now, obviously, we can't go deep diving into this concept art too much here. It's clearly a kind of quick kind of drawing done over a matter of, you know, a few days probably, rather than months and weeks worth of planning here. But still, it's a nice piece of art, but it does tell us a few things straight away about this project. Now, Bob Iger did say that this is going to be a very advanced theme park. So did Josh D'Amaro as well, that runs that division in the Walt Disney Company. The most technology advanced theme park from Disney, with a very futuristic style aesthetic, which I did find quite interesting. The castle kind of looks like this big crystal that we can see here, clearly very close to the waterfront. And also in the art, you can make out lots of buildings there, which I think does pretty much confirm that this isn't going to be a full indoor theme park, like quite a few of them are over in the United Arab Emirates. You've got IMG Worlds of Adventure down in Dubai. That's fully indoors, other than one of the coasters that comes outside. Of course, you've got the Warner Brothers park. That's fully indoors, and that is on Yas Island. And the same with most of Ferrari, other than a couple of the coasters that come outside. So it looks like this is going to be, you know, you kind of standard style theme park, as I would say, with outdoor areas. However, there is a lot of buildings too, which makes me think, are you mainly going to have like pathways and things outside and big indoor themed areas in those buildings? I would possibly say that's what we're looking at here, mainly because of the climate in the United Arab Emirates. It gets very, very hot. And I love the hot weather, but yeah, even for me, it can get a bit too much out there in the sometimes, and I've never even been in the peak summer. So that's quite an interesting thing to think about. The climate here is really going to come into play with this. And I know you have got, you know, the hot climate that you can get in Orlando and California, and even in the Asia Disney parks. I had some really warm days at Shanghai in the past, and Tokyo and Hong Kong. The humidity in Hong Kong is crazy. So I think with this, they will definitely design that into it, but it doesn't look like it's going to be a full indoor theme park. It looks like it's going to have probably a lot of indoor attractions, but still have that outdoor kind of style as well. You can see trees, you can see a lot of greenery, lots of shade in that there as well. Too early to tell on what IP will be coming to this park. It really is. Personally though, as a huge Aladdin fan, and with this park being over here in the Middle East, I think like a huge Aladdin area would be amazing. Apparently it's also very popular over in the UAE, so I'd love to see that. I mean, how amazing would that be? Like Agrabah built up as a full area. You kind of got something similar at Disney Sea, but this could be like a full dedicated full-on Aladdin area, which would be amazing. But yeah, that's just my speculation. What other things could we see? I've heard a few people say, oh, could the castle be Elsa's Ice Palace? Could it be a frozen castle? Certainly possible. You know, we just don't know. It looks like here it's going to be some sort of modern art though, instead of based on one of the princesses, which would be different. No kind of Sleeping Beauty castle, no Cinderella castle here. It's going to be like this modern art piece, but we just don't know at this moment in time. Obviously, Miral are going to be working closely with the Walt Disney Imagineers. I think this part's probably going to be pretty spectacular. They spend big, and when you've been to the UAE before, you'll know that's where the money is. That's where they're spending big on attractions. It's the same in Saudi at the moment, where they're currently building Six Flags Qiddiya with the tallest, fastest, longest coaster in the world. You know, like other countries just wouldn't put that much money into them sort of attractions. That's where the big money is now, kind of over, you know, in that area. So I think what we're seeing here from Disney is definitely a wise move. They're thinking of the future, and I'm looking forward to following this project and seeing it all come through. We could end up with some of the most spectacular Disney attractions ever built here. They'll be spending a lot bigger money than the Walt Disney Company probably are on attractions at Walt Disney World and Disneyland. You know, it's going to be a Japan kind of situation here with all the Oriental Land. If they want it, they'll spend the money, they'll do it properly, and it will be very well done. So I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, you know, we've all got our own kind of thoughts and opinions on this. Like I said, I don't want to go too much into the politics side of things. I focus on the theme parks. I focus on bringing you that news, and then it's up to you as an individual whether you want to travel there or not, isn't it? And I kind of leave that up to you. But I got getting the facts out there, sharing my thoughts on it. Certainly a lot of excitement. And yeah, I'm excited to follow this project moving forwards here on Theme Park Worldwide. Let me know your thoughts though down below in the video comments. Also, how many Disney theme parks have you been to? You know, would this be your last one to tick off, or have you still got the parks in Asia to do? Maybe you've done those and you've done like Disneyland Paris. I'd love to know down below in the video comments. But thanks for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide. Huge announcement by the Walt Disney Company and Miral. And that leaves me with one final thing to say. Get out there and keep on riding. See you all in the next video.